Rikers Island jail complex, scandalous for its harsh treatment of its inmates, is back in the headlines, this time for a reason you likely wouldn't expect. A historian by the name of Jacob Morris of the New York City Freedom Trail is leading a petition to change the jail's name, saying the prominent Riker family has a long connection to slavery. He specifically points to family member Richard Riker. Riker, he says, was a leading participant in the kidnapping club, which sold black men, women, and children into slavery during the late 18th century. If this name does change, Morris could be knocking on another door in New York City, the Riker-Lent homestead in Queens, owned by Marion Duckworth Smith. This home is one of the oldest in New York City, sitting on 1 acre of the once massive Riker estate. Marion calls the petition ridiculous. She attributes the family's link to slavery to the time period when the Rikers lived.
It's unfair to pinpoint one Riker and say that he was a slave trader. Back in the day, weren't all white, prosperous farmers involved in slavery?
She also notes their tremendous wealth, which she says the Rikers actually used to benefit New York City and build it into the empire we know today.
Even if you argue that slavery was legal and the Fugitive Slave Act was the law of the land, the kidnapping of the children of free black families, and free blacks period, and selling them into slavery and making kickbacks, that's illegal.
I reached out to New York City's mayor's office to see, is this actually feasible? Would they change the name of Rikers Island? And here's what they said. There should be a process to review how we handle public property named after historical individuals or events. I also spoke to Leslie Gist of the New York City Freedom Trail, and interestingly, she doesn't think the name should be changed.
If it were up to me, the name would even be even bolder and bigger on the jail, and every inmate would learn about what happened in the kidnapping and the slaves. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
How many people are actually on board with this petition?
It's interesting you bring that up. Just 17 signatures, and it's been for at least 2 weeks.
Until somebody coughs up a lot of money and gives it a new name because it's named after them, I don't think anything's going to change.
Yeah, they had a lot of money, and that money was made on the backs of slaves, people that they stole and put into captivity. You know what? I'm going to say it. Change the name. Not only because of that, because the jail itself is a disgrace.